A new year is upon us with 2023, so today Cooper and I are going to go through our wish list of what we are hoping to see in the guitar market for 2023. Stick around. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name's Chris McKee.
And I am Cooper Greenberg.
We are here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you are new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, visit our Spring Store link below for custom swag and check out our podcast, the Fretboard Confessional, wherever you get your podcasts, and linked in the description below. So 2023 is here. It's an odd year, so maybe we'll have some odd desires, but Cooper and I are going to break down what each of us are hoping to see this year in 2023.
Yeah. We had a predictions video. Mm-hmm. And since those were kind of half wishes, I'm going to go outlandish with some of my desires.
Go for it.
I'm going to say some things that I know probably won't happen, but I'm going to kick it off with a big one. All right?
Go for it.
I don't believe that Taylor can't make an all solid wood GS Mini.
Oh, wow. There you go. Shots fired.
That's my wish, all right? I just want to see just one. Make a prototype, prove it to us that you can't do it. Because
just let us do a review and comparison.
GTs are cool guitars, but they're not GS Minis.
Yeah.
I want a GS Mini all solid wood.
Right now, we are lobbying for Andy Powers to send us the prototype solid wood GS Mini that he supposedly has made, and we will do a comparison and put it to rest once and for all.
You know why they didn't put it into production?
Because it was good?
It was too good. He said, oh no, we'll sell too many of these.
We'll sell too many.
Yeah.
Can't have that happening. Yeah, said no manufacturer ever. No, that would be interesting. I've long been curious. You know what it makes me curious about it too is Martin does it. Their junior guitars are all solid wood. So
give me that all solid GS Mini, all right?
Cooper is throwing down the
challenge. That's my wish. What's your wish?
My wish for 2023, post-pandemic,
for all the children all over the world,
is
to join hands and
sing. For all manufacturers to focus on quality. I think one of the things that we saw with issues with supply and with manufacturing shutdowns and restarts, and it's in every industry, but we had guitars come in with issues. And you know what? That's why there's a warranty. I get that. But I want to see a return back to pre-pandemic quality or exceeding pre-pandemic quality from major manufacturers. I know it can happen. A lot of manufacturers are still very good with their quality, but not necessarily consistently. So that's what I want to see across the board with every major company and even smaller companies. They should be making really good guitars every single time. The technology is there to do it. I want to see it happen. There's no excuses. It needs to happen. So,
and speaking of no excuses, we saw that it can be done. No excuse to not have an SC28 this year.
That was going to be
sorry, I jumped ahead.
No,
I knew you were.
We're on the same page. Yes, Martin. The SC body needs to be made in Nazareth outside of the custom shop one, which, by the way, we did a great video on that if you haven't seen it. That guitar shows that it can be done, and it's a phenomenal guitar, and it is definitely a better guitar than the Mexico-made one with the laminate or layered back and sides. It is a really good instrument. They can do that in a 28.
They can do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
That's a big wish. I think that one's more feasible. Who knows if it's going to be this year? It might be 2024, whatever. But it's going to happen before 2028 for that SC28. Chris, how many people across the world, just throw a number out there, how many people do you think play guitar or own a guitar?
How many people are in the world now?
At least
5 billion people?
I think it's closer to 8.
8 billion people? I would say there's probably 500 million people that play guitar.
So let's say 500 million people. I'm going to speak for all 500 million right now.
Good.
Get your finishes in order, all of you. Nobody wants slime green. Nobody wants neon yellow, nor do they want...
Paul Gilbert would argue with you.
That's 1 out of 500 million. I'm so done with... You don't need to make a new burst We don't need to see gradients from Photoshop with the
Root beer
tequila
burst.
sunrise. That one's
Tequila
fine.
sunrise burst.
Okay, I'm just saying, let's get
Orange
back
marmalade
to
burst.
something normal. All right, I want to see some normal colors, and not these gaudy things that I know once we get them in, I'm like, this is going to take a specific guy to come in here and be like, well, that's all you got, so I'll take that one.
You know what
I
I
want
thought
to
was
see
a great
normal stuff.
What I thought was a great idea that PRS did when they did the John Mayer Silver Sky was that they basically kind of did what Fender originally did, which is they went with automotive colors. So those original Fender colors were automotive colors. The Silver Sky's colors are modern automotive colors. I'm not a fan of all of them, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But there are very cool automotive colors that we see. You know, and I'll tell you one that I think would look killer on a guitar from a manufacturer. My wife has a Mazda, and the color is like soul red, and it is a deep like red with a lot of pearlescence in it. It's a beautiful color. That would look killer on a guitar.
That's what people want. People want like a cool color with maybe some pearlescent stuff, or like the vintage kind of pastel-y stuff. That's really cool. I don't know anybody, like the days of spring break in Destin, Florida with LMFAO party rock anthem and Suns Out, Guns Out on the tank top are over. All right? No more neon. I'm done.
We're looking at Kirk Hammett's entire line of ESP guitars. Or the
Do we
Gem.
keep them in our store? No. All right.
How about the RG that's like orange and pink? And
That one's fine.
that one's
like
okay.
That. Yeah,
That one can stay.
That one gets a pass. I mean, a certain type of guitar, I just don't want to see it on a Stratocaster anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a big wish of mine. I'll go on for hours on that one. So I invite you to add your next wish.
My next wish is also dealing with finishes, but I want to see more like this. I want to see more kind of knocked down finishes. I like this. This is an ES335 1959 custom shop reissue, and it's a vintage kind of patinaed nitro. I really like, not everyone's into satin finishes, which I get. I like them. But that in between, the semi-gloss, I want to see more of. Furch does a really good job on their vintage line of guitars with that kind of semi-gloss. And I just love to see more and more guitars like that because I think it looks great and I think it feels great. And I'm kind of to the point now where, to me, really, really shiny guitars almost look cheaper than something that's kind of a semi-gloss. It's got a certain je ne sais quoi to it. It's beautiful. It seems more high-end to me.
Yeah. No, I really like that. I think that's a good one. My last wish will be, I want to see Gibson and maybe some other brands, but Gibson namely, I want to see them find a niche in young players. And I'm not saying make another Epiphone in Caribbean blue fade, because that goes back to my previous wish. I want to see them, Gibson proper, American made, make a guitar that's affordable, that's cool for a modern player, because this guitar, for you and me, it's amazing. I'd play that guitar anywhere, but we also play the kind of music that would fit, blues, jazz, country, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
For like a modern indie kind of rock guy or gal, I want to see some, and maybe that's just getting Flying V's and SG Juniors and, Les Paul double cuts and cool stuff like that back in the mix with some cool finishes, but something a little more modern.
See, I can go down the rabbit hole in Gibson with this because I think there was a time, I'm thinking 90s, early 2000s, they had some really cool guitar models like the Blues Hawk for one, which I think is an underappreciated guitar. It was a longer scale length. It kind of sat somewhere between a Telly and a Les Paul. It had some really cool options with it. I feel like, if you go back to 2015 when Gibson really, got themselves in trouble by trying to force the, spinning tuners on everybody, the robotic tuners, it didn't work out very well. They went through bankruptcy. They have new leadership now. What I would love to see that new leadership do is now take this storied brand, and they're working on improvements in quality. They're working on different models. They've done some of these things where we're going to create a model that's a little bit different, that still harkens to the past. I really want them to try to come up with something that is more modern and relies on the right technology. I don't know any competent guitar player who's ever said, I wish my guitar could tune itself. Like, that's really, to me, it's more of a novelty than a need. But there are things that Gibson could do, and I think here's a great example. Take a Les Paul that's like a 50s or 60s Les Paul, okay? Flame top, traditional colors, everything. Put on it some great modern switching, but don't go over the top. Put on it some solid tuners. Put on it, a nice roller nut or something like that. Yeah. Compound radius on the fretboard. Compound carve on the back of the neck. Focus on things that improve playability and versatility of tone while keeping the aesthetic that everybody wants out of a Les Paul.
Yeah.
I think that could be cool. Even doing things like we've seen the Axis, carve on the back of the neck. Yeah. That could be cool. So
yeah, do more of the Axis stuff. Those are amazing, and they're never out there. Like, what happened to the who had the signature Epiphone Axis?
Lifeson.
Yeah, Alex Lifeson. What happened to that guitar? We got one.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting.
Yeah. Come on.
Get over here. So that's a big wish.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
For my final wish, I'm going to give it to Josh. Josh, our ever-vigilant cinematographer behind the camera that makes us look really good or at sometimes really stupid for your enjoyment. Josh, our lovely bass player man squatch. He needs a bass from Taylor Guitars. Like, Taylor needs to build a proper bass that's full size, that's got at least 5 strings on it, and does not have the word GS Mini anywhere near the product name for Josh. And he also needs Fender to make a 6-string bass with a flame top and better neck options as far as the fretboard. Total side, honorable mention, Fender, please stop tying finish options to the fretboard.
Yeah. Yeah, and
done.
To go along with the bass thing, like, just give bass players cooler options.
I know Taylor will only sell 2, but Josh is going to buy one of those 2.
Make it available in the custom shop, all right? We'll make it. Call it the GS Maxi.
The GS Maxi.
It's fine. It's fine.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's funny because the first T5 was like a bass. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, this could work as a guitar. And then they just abandoned the bass, and that was like 20 years ago. So pick it back up.
Need that T6. Yeah, it's been long enough.
Get that T6 string for Josh. He is waiting patiently, or impatiently, as it were. So yeah, those are our wishes for 2023. Drop in the comments what you are wishing to see a manufacturer come out with. Maybe it's a finish option. Maybe it's some new tone wood, or the next groundbreaking pickup system. You know what I don't even want to say this because I could come up with this and patent it, but I'm going to put it out there into the universe. I want to see an acoustic guitar pickup that doesn't require you to plug in, that uses new modern technology to have a wireless connection with no latency. So you could put it into a vintage guitar and have it on stage without drilling holes in the guitar in order to plug in a 1/4-inch pickup. Just saying. So.
And I want my guitar to tune itself, so we don't always get what we want. All right.
You're dead to me. All right. If you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos, keep coming back for more, and we'll see you next time.